I'm not surprised by this result. Elden Ring won Game of the Year, which is no surprise. I'm not surprised at all. This game won Game of the Year because I have not met a single person who said Elden Ring is a bad game. Okay, I've never seen a single person diss Elden Ring. Okay, like if you it's like Elden Ring, it's like you have the unpopular opinion. Okay, it's kind of like my opinion on the Incredibles. Like everybody likes the Incredibles, but me. Okay, I don't like the Incredibles. Okay, I don't like that movie. Okay, I don't like the Incredibles 2 either. Okay, but Sequel 2 is actually coming. Sequel 2 is the Game Awards, probably nonsense. But yeah, Elden Ring did win Game of the Year. So finally, a game that is worthy of Game of the Year finally is announced. Because we'll get 2022 Game of the Year. Okay. Here, Game of the Year. Here. If you look at the previous Game of the Year awards, you can see why I don't really like the Game Awards that much. Because some of the games that give Game of the Year is just really dumb. Okay, what was it? The Game Awards. From Minsu Game Monster Hunter Game of the Year. No, they haven't given a Pokemon Game of the Year since forever. And also Kirby won Game of the Year, so yeah. Game of the Year, Sekiro won Game of the Year, God of War won Game of the Year. Most of the games that won Game of the Year are usually like the best games of the year. Except for The Last of Us Part 2 and It Takes Two, It Takes Two you need friends to play, so automatically I don't like the game. And The Last of Us Part 2, we all know why that game sucks. But yeah, some of the games that give Game of the Year, like Sekiro, I think it deserves Game of the Year. From Software is one of the last developers that hasn't made a bad game yet. God of War, Breath of the Wild. Nintendo usually makes good games, but sometimes Nintendo just drops the ball, like the late 3DS era and Wii U era, where it's released like bad games like Color Splash, Overwatch won Game of the Year. Uh, I miss Overwatch 1. It was way better than Overwatch 2. Okay. Way better than Overwatch 2. Okay. You know, but we can't play Overwatch 1 ever again because they want you to play Overwatch 2. Well, I don't know why I care so much about developers because all I do is play as Diva anyways, but I don't really give a shit about Kuriko. Okay. Winter Free, of course, I played that game. It was a pretty good game. I haven't beat the game, but I played a while of the game. It was pretty good. Dragon Age Inquisition, never played it. But I think a lot of these games besides The Last of Us Part 2 and It Takes Two, because of course you need friends to play that game, deserve Game of the Year. I wonder what games will compete with it. Uh, if it was like all like pretty bad games, so Deathloop, Sony exclusive, Psychonauts 2, never played it. Metroid. Why didn't Metroid win Game of the Year? Like, why? Resident Evil Village never played. Yeah, mostly like Sony games. Okay, why did Metroid win? Okay, they put Metroid on the list, but they didn't give it to the Game of the Year. Why did they give EA Game of the Year? Why didn't they give Metroid Game of the Year? Like, it makes no sense. But why didn't they nominate Guardians of the Galaxy for Game of the Year too? Why didn't they nominate Guardians of the Galaxy? Also, Life is Strange was nominated, but Guardians of the Galaxy was a better game, but I played both Life is Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy. I have both games. Best auto design. Horizon 5 won. Near again 1.22. Yeah, Nier Automata didn't win Game of the Year. It came out in 2017. But again, it was going up against Breath of the Wild, which... Oh, it came out in 2017 or 2018? Yeah, it came out in 2017. It came out against Breath of the Wild, okay? It was not going to win against Breath of the Wild, okay? I know a lot of people say Nier Automata is a masterpiece, but it was not going to win against Breath of the Wild. I never played Nier Automata before, but it was never going to... Even if it was nominated for Game of the Year, it would have never won against Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild would have beat Nier Automata. That I think, why was PUBG nominated for Game of the Year? Like, that game's trash. PUBG's trash. Okay, yeah, Nier Automata were nominated for Game of the Year over PUBG. I wonder how much money they bribed to put PUBG on the Game of the Year nominations. Like, you had a lot of good games, a lot of pretty well received games. Cuphead came out. Cuphead's sort of been nominated for Game of the Year. I think they sort of had 6 games. They sort of had Horizon, Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, Mario Odyssey, and of course Cuphead nominated in the Automata nominated for Game of the Year. I think that would have been a much better one. Resident Evil 7 apparently came out as well. Wolfenstein 2. There's a lot of good games that came out in 2017. Teen. As well, but yeah, Resident Evil 7, which a lot of people praised for returning back to the formula that they were very much best strategy game. I wonder what won best family game. This is best family game. Yeah, Mario Odyssey won that. That's no surprise. Oh yeah, Kirby won best family game. Okay, I know the Kirby hangers are here. The two Kirby hairs that exist will be angry about that. Like yeah, I'm upset that they put Among Us in Game Awards. Like really, they're still talking about Among Us. Really, Among Us really. They were. I feel sorry for people who had to watch Game Awards and they had to waste the time watching stuff about Among Us. Okay. What was it? Yeah, Kirby won an award. Yeah, Kirby won Best Family Game. And they're all saying that Splatoon 3 would win it. I was like, oh god, Splatoon's gonna win it. Like, someone like, why did they put Nintendo Switch Sports on here? Why didn't they put Pac-Man Reroll? Pac-Man Repack? Like, some of these decisions are like so stupid. Like, why is Nintendo Switch Sports here instead of Pac-Man Repack? Like, really? Or, even my first Mario Spark's Hope was already down. Or they didn't put Sonic Frontiers. Like, why didn't they put Sonic Frontiers? Or even Pokemon Legends Arceus. They could put Pokemon Legends Arceus there instead. But yeah, best role-play game. Elden Ring won that. That's no surprise. They won Game of the Year, so... Indie game. Yeah, City Genshin won Player's Voice. That game's garbage. Why did he put Genshin on there? Like, did MoriHoYo just bribe the Game Awards? Like, I still think there's bribing that goes on in Game Awards. I still think there is, okay? People think there isn't, but yeah, there's still bribing. Like, so, like, Last of Us Part 2 does not deserve Game of the Year. Genshin Impact does not deserve Best Game. Like, do people really think Genshin's really the best game? Or did the little developers of Genshin really bribe people to vote Genshin? Oh, you get free money. You get free money in our pay-to-win game to, as well. But I don't know what one player's voice. If it was Genshin again, I'll be angry. Hell, if it won that one. Yeah, because they put games that actually came out that year. They get MoriHoYo then bribe people them to put Genshin on there. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Elden Ring still won Game of the Year. Player's Voice is it's not as important as Game of the Year. Genshin came out in 2020 and it wasn't even nominated for Game of the Year. That's pretty hilarious. Okay, because Genshin's garbage. It's still better than Last of Us Part 2, but it's still garbage game. Ghost of Tsushima, yeah, we all know that was infamous. Ghost of Tsushima won Player's Voice. But why did they put Genshin on there? They should put Genshin on the 2020 ones. Genshin came out in 2020. They should have had it in 2020. And we probably won that because, the developers of Genshin will bribe them for giving them stuff. But yeah, 2022 was already not a very good year for gaming. We get 2 games that came out this year that were well received, and that's it. 2019. What won Player's Voice in 2019? Yeah, they usually put games that came out this year. The year the game came out, except for 2019, they put Smash Bros. Ultimate. But Smash Bros. Ultimate came out at the very end of the year, so it didn't really count. Because Smash Bros. Came out the day of the Game Awards. Came out the week of the Game Awards. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot won Best Family Game. I don't think people were... Oh, Luigi's Mansion did. Crash Bandicoot won Best Racing Game. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion... Nintendo usually wins those awards. Was the no surprise. 2020. Animal Crossing probably won that one. Yeah, Animal Crossing won that one. 2021, Nintendo... What Nintendo game won that one? Oh, It Takes Two won it. against literally every Nintendo game out there. Literally every Nintendo game released that year, it was competing against it. That was funny. Every Nintendo, it was either It Takes Two or Nintendo. Well, I'm not surprised that they gave a Game of the Year, which I don't believe it deserves Game of the Year, but yeah, Elden Ring won Game of the Year. To Elden Ring's haters, you can complain all you want about it. Elden Ring winning Game of the Year. God of War fans will be angry that God of War should have won. God of War won more awards or something like that, but Elden Ring still won Game of the Year. Elden Ring still won Game of the Year, so it won Best Game Direction, Best Art Direction. But yeah, Genshin is garbage. It doesn't deserve any awards whatsoever. Moihiro bribed players into giving Genshin Game of the Best Players, the most, basically Players' Voice is the most popular Game of the Year. But yeah, it's not the most popular Game of the Year. I think Elden Ring was the most popular Game of the Year, but again, the Genshin players bribed them to give it that award. So yeah, it's basically what this video here. Goodbye.